What's going on, Chiefs Kingdom? We appreciate you joining us here. As always, I'm your host, Jason, and we're going to talk some Chiefs rumors based on your questions and what the latest is going up to this Ravens versus Chiefs AFC Championship, what your concerns are, what the positives are, and what exactly we can do with not just now, but even the offseason. So, with that being said, let's get started with our first question from a staple. Lewis Cutbirth saying, hashtag Chiefs, would you re-sign Chris Jones and go cheap on the wide receivers, or let Chris Jones walk and sign a T. Higgins? I would definitely sign a T. Higgins and let Chris Jones walk. The reason is the defense has been amazing this year, and I'm not necessarily sure that taking Chris Jones out of there makes this defense less than elite. They're obviously not going to be as good as they were this year just because you're not going to have Chris Jones, who has 10.5 sacks this year. But Karlaftis, who has been amazing, also has 10.5 sacks. You have Charles Omenihu. You have FAU as well. You're going to have to figure out a defensive tackle, but you can draft somebody. You can get a free agent for a lot cheaper than Jones. I think overall the offense was the struggle this year, so you attack that first. If Chris Jones isn't willing to accept that, that's okay. He deserves his money too. I just don't know if it's going to be from the Chiefs. Richard P. comes in with our next question saying, do you think that we need to run the ball more to win this game? Yes, I do. I think ultimately there is a lot of ways the Chiefs have been able to shoot themselves in the foot time and time again. And one of those ways is by not running the ball enough with Isiah Pacheco. He has a lot of positives. And listen, when he has 15 or more carries, the Chiefs are 9-2. When he has less than 15 carries, the Chiefs are 2-3. So the facts speak for themselves. I'm not saying that you're going to give him 15 carries and all of a sudden it's a magical win. But at the same time, you have to kind of not look at this from like a fact perspective, but just realization that Pacheco is a key piece of this offense. And if you cannot get that going, well, then unfortunately, it's not exactly going to go the right way. So I'm hoping they get it going with Isiah Pacheco, but we'll see what happens. Tony Fuentes saying, hashtag Chiefs, I still trust Mecole Hardman, but he's got to do better. I also agree with this. I think Mecole Hardman is going to be one of those guys that you have to just kind of keep allowing in here and trust throughout the entire process. But at the same time, you can't give him these gadget plays. You can't allow him to go about and do these things. So I trust in him, but I'm not exactly sure how much I see him going about in a lot of different ways. Dom Dalla saying, will Mark Andrews be healthy? And if so, how do the Chiefs deal with him? It sounds like right now he will be playing, which is something that is not to be scared of, but it's to be weary of. Because I think the thing is you don't know how to attack him just yet. Because you haven't had this type of Ravens offense where they know Isiah likely is a key piece, where they know that overall you're going to have a really, really good time with trying to cover their receivers in general. But having to deal with Mark Andrews, having to deal with Isiah likely on top of that, it creates something that you just don't understand and don't know how to schedule, or how to look for just yet. You don't have any film on the way they've been doing that because you haven't seen Mark Andrews with Isiah likely like that. So we'll see if they go with a lot of 2 tight end sets, but ultimately, I think he's going to play. You got to be prepared for pretty much anything. 2 tight end sets or just kind of whatever goes along. Break the score, Chiefs versus Ravens here coming up on this upcoming Sunday. What do you have in the comment section? Get down there, use that, and get down there to get the score for the Chiefs versus the Ravens. Don Luke Picard saying, hashtag Chiefs, who will spy on Jackson if Willie Gay Jr. can't go? I think it's going to be, like I said last week, probably Nick Bolton, because I honestly think they should do Bolton over Willie Gay anyway. And that's not a knock on Willie Gay. I think I just like Willie more in coverage. I like him more as somewhat of a true linebacker, a coverage linebacker. Like, if you're going to blitz him, do that. But I don't want him to be just kind of sitting in the middle of the field waiting for Lamar Jackson. He's a bigger guy, which also I think allows for Bolton to have a little more faster pace and kind of getting to the sidelines quicker, allowing for Lamar Jackson to not get out of, honestly, get into a big area. Because if he escapes the pocket, I want to have Bolton to kind of be there right with him. And also, Bolton has been great at open field tackling as well. So that's also a big key thing. LCJ Cole coming in here with this question saying, if you were to be able to sign Travis Kelce, would you or not? I would. I think it's tough because I love Creed Humphrey. But Jason Kelce, before he retired, and if he retired, I don't really know yet, Obviously, there's kind of rumors swirling that he was, but he isn't. I don't know. Either way, I would sign him just because you want to keep him with Kelce. Stinks for Creed Humphrey because, like, the only center in the NFL that is better than Creed is Jason. Are you going to spend the money on him, though? Probably not. So, obviously, Travis is loving it. And, hey, if Jason retires, I guarantee you he loves Andy Reid. Andy Reid loves him. Hey, Jason, you want to come be an advisor? You want to come coach? You want to come help out with us in some way, somehow? Well, then come on down and hang out with us. Tell you what, though, if you want the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl, well, then there's an easy way to let me know. Go down there, like the video. I want to do this because we've been doing it every single week on our mailbags. And guess what? It keeps working. We're here. We're popping. We're having a good time. So go down there and like the video. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I'm telling you, don't be the jinx. Go down there. I can tell exactly who likes and who doesn't. Don't be the guy that messed everything up. I will tell you one thing. You can't mess up Factor Meals, though, because if you go to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50, you're going to get 50% off. Now get started on your resolutions with Factor so that you are ready for the new year with Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery that takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout, and get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door. They're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Not only does Factor offer fast, simple solutions when I'm too busy to cook, they also help you stay on top of the goals that you're trying to accomplish this year. With offerings like Protein Plus and Keto, you can stay on track. This is definitely going to come in handy for all of your New Year's goals this 2024. Head to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 and use code ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. That's code ChiefsChat50 at factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. Next question coming from Kobe saying, how good does our offense have to play to beat a Ravens defense? Very good. I know that seems kind of stressful, but this Chiefs offense has been really good as of late. In the regular season, middle ground. But the fact that everybody talks about, oh, well, the Chiefs had a down year. Patrick Mahomes had a down year. And he was 15th in the league in points per game. It doesn't sound like that's that bad a deal to me. The defense is going to come in here, though, because you have the number one defense on the other side of the ball. So you need to play with everybody, I think, is the best way to describe that. You need to have Isiah Pacheco running well. You need to have, honestly, Travis Kelce going well. You need to have Rashee Rice in a more advanced role than what we saw last week versus the Buffalo Bills. If he is taken down, you need to have MVS kind of to take over on a lot of stuff. So you're just going to have to kind of use the people you have in the right ways because ultimately this defense is too good to not have everybody rolling. Next question comes in from Lewis Ketber saying, would you draft a left tackle in the first round or wait for later draft picks? I think I'm waiting. This offensive line has just been good. I don't know if I'm going anywhere about believe. So it's kind of waiting would be my mindset with that. It just doesn't make sense to me. So that's probably what I would say. But there's a lot of things you can do with draft picks right now. In my opinion, it's weird just because this year you drafted Felix Anudike-Uzomah, and then you just didn't use him. So kind of weird. Sam Rocks comes in with our next question saying, can we now trust MVS, or was the Bills game just a fluke? I'm not going to say the Bills game was a fluke because we saw what he could do in last year's postseason. We saw what he could do in last season. I mean, he knows how to catch the ball with a lot of ways, but I'm not there to trust him just yet. I'm not there to say that, oh, time's tough, throw it to MVS. No. But I'm also not to the point where I'm like, oh, don't throw it to him, even if he's like wide open. Just don't throw it to him. I think you can do that now. I think if he has some space, give him a shot. He made really good catches, and he was the highest rated PFF wide receiver in the entirety of this divisional round. So, hey, give him a shot. But that's just one person. That's just me. What's your opinion on this statement? Do you trust Marquez Valdes-Scantling in times of need? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Let me know in the comment section down below. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Jay Klein says, I'm so scared for Sunday. How do we win? I'm playing Siege right now. Huh. Nice. Keep going with those Siege games. Tell me if you win. I think it's fair to be nervous, But it wasn't like I was less nervous for the Bills game. This is just one of those seasons where every game just feels hard. The thing is, you have Patrick Mahomes, you have Travis Kelce, you have Andy Reid. No matter who you're playing, no matter what you're playing, you have a shot when you have those three guys. Do I know what's going to happen? No. But am I maybe 50-50 on this? Yes. I think the Ravens fans are also this, because at the same time, everybody's like, oh, Ravens are going to win by a lot. Cool, whatever. It's Patrick Mahomes. You're never going to win. You're never going to blow Patrick Mahomes out. That's just in my mind. So I'm just excited for a good game, and I'm hoping the Chiefs can pull it out as well, and I think they will. Luca saying, will Nagy stay at offensive coordinator if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? Any new info about Chiefs injuries? So, yes, I think if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, you can't fire your offensive coordinator to do that. What they could do is demote him, but I don't know if Nagy would exactly be up for that. We'll have to see. If the offense does kind of fail in this game, I still think they might fire him, because 2 games is something, but if you can't just go out here and try at least have a good game against an AFC Championship opponent, that's not exactly what you're expecting here on the Chiefs sideline. But in terms of Chiefs injuries, the big thing that we're still watching is Joe Thuney. We're going to keep you updated throughout the week. Probably have another video out sometime in the next couple days about Thuney and kind of what exactly is going on with him. Besides that, Derek Nade seems like he will play. Mike Edwards is in concussion protocol. We're waiting to see if his availability will be good, bad, whatever, but we'll have to find out. Willie Gay, and also who got injured in the Bills game, he will be all right, though. He should be all good. He said, I'll be great by game time, so I trust that. Speaking of game time, we're doing a 2-hour pregame show on Sunday. I went to Sam, and I said, man, I want to do something special for Chiefs Kingdom. I want to do something special for everybody who stuck with us all the way to the AFC Championship. So he said, let's do it. So we're going live 2 hours before game time. It's at 2 o'clock. We're live at 12 p.m. Central Time. Come in the chat. Hang out with us. We're going to talk. We're going to talk Chiefs. We're going to have an amazing time together, so go hang out with us. Please go down there, subscribe, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. And I can't wait to see you there. As always, Chiefs Kingdom. Peace out.